Hi, my name's Paul Hicks from Older is Optional YouTube channel. We are going to camp on this island tonight in an abandoned pub up in the island there. Come with me. Launched the boat. You might be able to hear her purring like a kitten in the background there. Oh, 150 sounds good. Anyway, we're about to head out. Behind me about 7 or 8 k's is an island by the name of Newry Island, and we're going to go and spend the night there. Come with me. We'll have some food, a bit of fishing and a bit of camping and a bit of talk. We'll see you shortly out there. We've just arrived at the island. I am hungry. So I'm just having some trail mix I bought. It's called the Rocky Road Trail Mix because it has marshmallows in it. And you get a marshmallow just in a minute with your nut. Pretty good. So I'm just waiting for the tide to go a little bit more. We're anchored up at the front. I'll secure the back. Got my luggage packed. You can see my backpack there ready to go. I'm just having something to eat. And then hopefully the tide will be out that I can jump in and keep my ghoulies dry. Very important when you're camping to keep your ghoulies dry. Because when they get wet, you get rashes and things like that. Oh, not very nice. So, just having something to eat. We'll wait a little bit more for this tide to go out, secure the boat. I'm going to look around and see what sort of facilities there are. It appears to me that there's some shelter there with the old bar. There's table and chairs. I think there's a toilet, and it looks like there's some water there, so that will be good. So we'll go aboard to land shortly, and we will set up. Oh, just while I'm waiting for the kettle, I've got my billy tea going, got my water heating up for my sausages, but I bought some of this last night, some salami. Been looking forward to this all day. Put cheese in here. We've even got a little bit of paste in here. Good. Oh, I am starving. Carrying all that stuff up from the boat. So I got boiled some water. We found water over there in the water tank, so I boiled some water. I'm about to boil some more water. Got tea bags. We've got tea leaves, made proper tea. We put one for me, one for the pot, one to make it nice and strong. A cup of tea. I'm looking forward to a cup of tea. And then I've got sausages to make a hot dog for lunch. So they're just boiling that now. Put some sausages in there to make some buns. I got some buns, some margarine, barbecue sauce, and we are good to go. So I just walked over the other side of the island because I threw my binoculars. It's going to be hard for you to see, but there's a couple of boats out the back there. One of them is the patrol boat, Fisheries, and they've got a boat tethered on the back, and looks like the fishery boys are camping out. I guess there's a reef closure this weekend, so they're trying to catch all the blokes forbidding or not abiding by the reef ban. Maybe this boy, I go fishing but I won't catch many fish, but it's interesting. Now there's a bit of a harbour, natural harbour between this island, which again is in Newry. The one behind me over there, about a kilometre over, is out in Newry, and there's probably 5 or 6 big boats moored in between out in Newry and in Newry for the night. It's very calm over there. So welcome to Newry Pub. What'll it be, mate? What can I get you guys to have a drink? Yep. What would you like? Mate, look, I'll have 2 Canadian clubs, please. Yeah, 2 Canadian clubs, mate. We'll have those. Just have to open them for you. There you go, mate. How you enjoying the view? What do you think of the place here? Oh, spectacular. Cheers, brother. Have a good one, eh? I'm just going to sit back and have my drink here at the pub and look at the view. So I just had some fun there mucking around with the what this used to be, but this used to be the licensed bistro of the original resort. Right, so we've got the tables and chairs, as you can see. I've put my stuff everywhere. That's be where I put my camp tonight. We had the tables there to have your drink around, and there's the bar that used to serve. And if you walk just across here and have a look behind me, that's your view. Absolutely spectacular, isn't it? No one here but me. I'm probably going to put my swag just down here, cooking dinner shortly, and enjoy this drink with me. Okay, here we go. Gonna set up camp for the night with my swag. I'm gonna do it under the cover here. I think why bother setting up all this cover when it's here already? So we'll set her up and get to bed. Okay, well, dinner time, dark, I'm sorry, I can't do much about it. But tonight we're having black country cuisine, classic beef curry. And then for dessert, we're having chocolate brown pudding. I've not tried these before. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so we've got our beef county curry. Now, what is it, a beef anyway. It smells good. I'm not holding high hopes, but let's taste it. It smells good. Actually, it's pretty good. No, I rate that. That's pretty good. So I'll finish this, then we'll try the chocolate pudding. Okay, we had the beef stew. Not bad, actually. I quite enjoyed it. Not too bad at all. Now we're going to have chocolate brown pudding. And we'll see how that looks. Ooh. It doesn't look great, but I guess it's in the taste. Right. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. Ugh. First time was good, this I'm not so sure of. Good morning. Oh, it's time to get up. Can't say I slept great. I heard every noise. And there's birds here. It was a rough night. Anyway, I should see my view. Okay, let's see what this tastes like. I will say, it does smell very good. It really does smell good. Doesn't look good, but it smells good. Right, Alex. Ugh. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. Well, I wouldn't say it looks appetizing, but it smells good. I gotta say, that tastes pretty good. So as you know, we're on Newry Island for the night. We camped in the old pub last night. Still great condition, run by National Parks and Wildlife, I should say. This is actually the oldest, or the first resort in the Whitsunday Islands, was for Newry Island. And the first lease was in the 1930s, and then they've had subsequent leases over the time until National Parks and Wildlife took over it about 15 years ago. I have got friends of mine, older friends I will say, that do remember the days in the old pub over there. There's very interesting information on here, some old photos. This is Inner Newry. There's an island just there called Outer Newry, and at Outer Newry there's actually a really old lodge that was built there. When I say lodge, it's at best a timber shed that was built for the fishermen. Just a beautiful place. No one's here, been here by myself. So if you ever get a chance, it's worth having a look. Well, this is it. This is where all the magic used to happen. In the 1930s, if you came out to Newry Island and you're a single bloke, there's the pub. There's the bar, the old bar still well there. That's where you would try your best lines to make a connection with a young filly in her full kitted out dress. What a beautiful place. It still exists, and thanks to Wildlife National Parks who keep it so other people like you and I can use it. I'd really encourage you to come and have a look. It's amazing. Good facilities, camped under the cover last night. There's toilets here, there's water here. Good spot. Okay, so it's not looking the best, but it's a restorer's dream. You could do this up, no worries at all. But in the 40s, if you were single and you were coming to Newry Island, that was the singles quarters. That's where you would be staying. I'm pretty sure the fence wasn't there to keep all the singles in, but it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. So you can imagine sleeping there at night, going for a great swim with all the girls, taking them back to the pub, getting to know them, having a drink, and then you'd come back here at night to retire for the more activities the next day. Man, imagine if those walls could talk. Okay, I want you to imagine with me, it's in the late 30s, maybe the early 40s, and you've just married your childhood bride. And you're wondering, where are we going to go for our honeymoon? Well, Newry Island was a really good destination. And what I stand on here, the remains, is of the honeymooners cottage. You would book the honeymooners cottage. Now, I don't think there was air conditioning here. I'm pretty sure there was not. I don't think it was luxuriously appointed. But all you needed on your honeymoon was a good solid bed and a view to look at as you recover. And that's what we have here. So maybe, if you're thinking about getting married, you should book the honeymooners cottage on Newry Island. Maybe bring a swag or a tent because there's no roof anymore, but the view remains the same. And I imagine on your honeymoon, the activities remain the same. So this is the beach where it all happened. This was, you'd come back into the 1930s and this beach would be covered with people sunbaking, enjoying what the North Queensland had to offer. Nearly, well, some 90 years ago. And can you imagine, it's just so beautiful. I can imagine all the people enjoying themselves here, swimming in the ocean with the crocs and the sharks and the irukandji and the tides, having a whale of a time here. But it was a different time then, wasn't it? The crocs and the sharks weren't as prevalent because we used to hunt them, but we don't anymore. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, something in that. Well, this was the beach. You can see the boat moored up there, and just over to my left, over there is the lodge where we camped last night. But it truly is quite spectacularly beautiful. So this is one of the cabins that you could stay in the 1930s if you came out to the Newry Island with Fred Worcester as the leasee. Now, rumour has it that his sister-in-law was the one and only Annette Kellerman. And if you don't know who Annette Kellerman is, all you men should be thanking me, because Annette Kellerman was the first person to introduce the one-piece swimsuit for the ladies. Rather than the big clunky things they used to wear, she invented the swimsuit. Now, also Annette Kellerman reported in about 1908, 1909 I think it was making $2,000 a week swimming in synchronized swimming events in America. She is probably, in all due respect to all the other ladies, one of Australia's biggest and most successful exports to the world. And the rumour has it when she used to come back, she would stay in this cabin. And I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at the view. And when she stayed in this cabin, she's known for swimming. Rumour has it, she would swim from here to Seaforth, which would have to be 6-7 k's, and back She'd swim there, 6 or 7 k's she'd swim there, and then she'd catch a lift back with some local fishermen with supplies. Mate, I wouldn't swim 50 metres out there with all the sharks and crocs, let alone all that way, but she did, and she was quite well known for swimming over and around all the islands in her day off as she enjoyed the time here at Newry Island. Because this is the bay that fronts out the front. This is where lots of people would have swum, and the water's beautiful and clear, full of crocodiles and full of jellyfish and full of sharks, but it's nice and clear. And we can see that there's quite a few boats moored in the calmness tonight, including the blinking patrol boat, which is just sort of off in its little tinny. It's a reef closure this weekend, so I suspect he's out chasing fishermen. There's quite a few people moored here in the calm, and then we get to this building, quite a nice building. Let's go and have a look and see what's in it. Well, this building was built in the 70s, and this building was built wholly and solely around the view, which you just had a look at. It's got 2 great big windows. Unfortunately padlocked up, so we can't have a look. Built in the 70s and built around that magnificent view, which I got to tell you, in all due respect, is a spectacular view. Well, here we're in the camping section, quite a big block of land, really beautifully maintained. And behind me, well, it wouldn't be a camp area without the obligatory latrines. So you can see in the background there's some toilets there, and they do have toilet paper, and they are relatively clean. They do have a few mozzies in there though, but cover up and you'll be right. There's a walk there, 1.8 kilometre sunset walk, where you used to be able to saunter with your lover around to the rocks and watch the sunset in the west. Okay, well, rumour has it that first lessee, Fred Worcester, who built that building we just looked at, had a spare window that he brought all the way over to the island, but had nowhere to put it. So rumour has it that he built this cabin specifically for that one window. And all the rocks that you see there are rocks that have been collected around the islands, around here on the beach here, across the road there out in Newry, and he built it to fit the window. Fred Worcester was the first lessee of this particular resort, and he hand-built this for people who were down there swimming and playing with all the crocs and all the sharks and the irukandji was swimming there all day. They'd come up here and they would get changed, ready for dinner back in the lodge. Used to have a timber on top of it, and I just can't help but think, and imagine the frivolity and laughter coming through this place in the 30s, 40s and 50s and 60s. It just would have been heaven on earth. Well, I'm gonna have to swim for the boat. I got tied around the wrong way. Not really, just didn't quite get it right, and I'm ready to go, so I'm gonna have to swim out and get the boat. I'm gonna brave the crocodiles. Well, it's a crappy day in the weather, and so I've just come out to do a bit of trolling. There's a reef closure on, so limited amount of fish that I can catch. However, I have just been pulled over by the fisheries and everything checked, all the eskies, everything, but I had no fish on board, so there's no dramas. They're really nice guys, actually doing a great job. So we're just going to troll for a bit and see what happens when you go fishing, and the patrol boat's right on your fishing spot, right in the middle of the reef closure. Buggers. It's really not a nice day for fishing today. It is, you might be able to see in the background, rough as guts, reef enclosures, nothing's biting, the wind's from the wrong direction, tide's out, nothing is right, but we'll see how we go. We're out having a go, we're going to We're out having to go and trolling, and we're going to try to troll for a fish. Reef closure, so limited amount I can catch. However, I can catch mackerel, which I'm trying to catch now, but not Spanish. I've just been boarded, so I know. We're on a fish! You're not going to believe it. It's a dirty Barracuda. I got a fish. It's dirty. It's dirty. Well, been trolling for a bit. We got ourselves a dirty big Barracuda. This thing is huge. I don't know how to do this to film. I'm not sure how to film this and take a photo of my fish. So I'm going to do the best that I can. Check that out for a big fish. Hey, she's a beauty. Big, dirty Barracuda. Welcome to the bar. It's 1952. And it's been a big week at work. And you've got a weekend away at Newry Island in the resort. And you come in here and I want to offer you a drink. What would you like? A beer, a bourbon, a wine, a spritzer? Well, welcome. Hope you've enjoyed the video. My name's Paul Hicks from Older is Optional YouTube channel, and we specialise in doing campouts and visiting the Whitsunday Islands. If you liked what you've seen, please subscribe, notify the bell, please make a comment, that would be great, it really helps. And join us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Have a great day.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind.